Okay, so I wanted to make a review about Evil Dead Rise. This is, by the way, it's going to be a spoiler review, fully spoiler review. So, anyways, this movie I did not think is very good. I thought it was boring. I thought that the characters are not likable. Really, there's no characters that I liked at all. I mean, the only character that I think you actually kind of you like is maybe the little girl's kind of likable. That's about it. Everyone else seems like entitled, just entitled, very annoying people. So, anyways, this movie starts out in the woods, of course, because it's Evil Dead, so it has to, I guess. And this girl's sick in a house, and then she's the one that's possessed. And then her friend's trying to like wake her up or something, and then attacks her. And all of a sudden, she goes to her other friend, this guy who has this drone, and she walks all the way there, which is, I mean, I don't know, half a mile away. I mean, maybe less, but still, she walks there, and the top of her head has been ripped off, like she's been scalped. It's like, how do you walk that far when you were just scalped? I mean, you'd probably just drop on the ground and bleed to death and die, but all right. I mean, what? And then, and then the lady who's possessed gets there too, so I guess she just let her walk there. That was nice of her. Um, and then she grabs the drone. She grabs the drone, and then if I remember, she attacks herself with it, and then falls in the water. And the guy's like, "Oh no," because I think that's his girlfriend. And then he jumps in the water, and then he's killed. And it was almost laughable. It's just like, is this supposed to be funny? Like, I don't even. What are they doing? Like, I mean, the first three Evil Dead, especially two and three, they do have a sense of humor about it, but it's always on purpose. Sam Raimi is a good director. He knows what he's doing. And like in the beginning of this movie, I'm like, I mean, she just grabs the drone and then she jams it into her own head. And I was like, is this supposed to be funny? I don't think it is. I think you're supposed to be scared, and wasn't scared. Wasn't scared this entire movie. So okay, and then she goes in the water. She kills the guy, and then she jumps out of the water, and it goes Evil Dead Rise. Like she rose out of the water. Ooh. So, and then it says, okay, one day earlier. So then it cuts to this high rise. I think they're in LA. And so they're in this high rise. It's this family. Um, and single mom. Dad's not in the picture. So we got a deadbeat dad. And she has, a couple kids. She has three kids. She has a little girl, another daughter who's a little bit older. Her name is Bridget, and a son who is really into music. So Oh yeah, and before this, it cuts to the character Jessica, who is in this like disgusting bathroom, and is peeing on a pregnancy test, and so she's pregnant. Okay. So then it cuts to the high rise and to the family and the mom. And anyways, and and then these characters just aren't very likable. Um, like I said, the little girl was probably the most likable out of all them. She seems nice. I don't know, everyone else just doesn't really seem that nice. And you really don't know much about the mom, who is the one that's possessed through most of the movie. And okay, so then she sends the kids out to go get pizza because the sister comes home, her sister who's pregnant. So they're kind of like talking and stuff, and the sister buys like a mug for the dad, like a beer mug for the father who isn't in the picture. And then she's like, "Oh, he's not here, so we need to talk." So then she sends the kids out to go get pizza. So they go get pizza in this city where it's raining like crazy. And then they get it. They come home. They're in the garage, and there's an earthquake because it's L.A., right? So there's gonna be earthquakes all the time, I guess. There's an earthquake, and then the boy, what's his name? Is it Danny? I don't know. I think his name's Danny. But anyways, he goes, "Oh, there's a hole in the ground that was opened up, and it's like this creepy hole, and there's a vault down there because I guess the place that they mentioned used to be a bank, I guess, but it's like a bank in a high rise. How does that work?" Okay, whatever. So of course he goes in the hole, like you know, like of course he does. And he goes in there, and then he's looking around, and he's a musician, and there's some records. So he grabs the records, and he also finds the Evil Dead Book of the Dead, of course. And of course he takes it, and the thing's really creepy, and it's crawling it's crawling, has bugs crawling all over it. And this movie's just so predictable. It's just like, yeah, you're gonna take the book, and you're gonna open it, and you're gonna play the records, and then so someone will get possessed, and I don't know. I just think it's boring and predictable. So then he takes it all back upstairs, and the mom gets all pissed at him because they took the elevator after an earthquake, and then he's in his room playing the records and opening the book with his sister, and then the book cuts him, and his blood goes into the book, and which I think happened in the reboot, whatever it was, 2013 or whatever. Um, and then I found this like it just hilarious because then the mom takes the elevator downstairs, and it was just like, didn't you just tell them not to take the elevator? So, so she takes the elevator, down to the basement, and right when the doors open, the demon possesses her because of what, her son played the records and stuff. So then she goes back upstairs and she's possessed and she's acting all weird. And then for some reason she starts cooking eggs, but breaking the eggs into the pan. I don't know. So, and then she starts attacking them, and yeah. Anyways, this movie is it's just predictable, and I don't think very interesting, and I didn't find it scary at all. And then she starts and then she throws up on one of the kids, and then that infects the kid, and then she gets locked out of the apartment, and then the other kid starts to change and become demon possessed, and I don't know. Did not find it that scary, did not find it that interesting. Most of the characters are very unlikable. And yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of just like, how much did they pay you, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, to produce this? I hope you got a lot. Anyways, it's kind of my opinion on the movie. I know it's getting great reviews and made tons of money, but I don't really get it. Some of the gore is pretty good, but people are praising the gore, but at the same time, I'm like, there's a lot of bad CGI blood in the movie. There's a scene where she sticks a knife through one of her sister's hand, and it's just dripping in CGI blood, and I don't know, for some reason I can always tell when it's just bad CGI blood. So and yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, or is there a weird anti-pregnancy message or anti-natal message. I mean, when the mom's possessed, she kind of says some things to her kids multiple times, that you're sucking on my teeth, and I don't know. And then the sister's pregnant, and then she's trying to basically claw out the baby of the sister, but she's not successful. So, and the sister says she's gonna have the baby. I don't know. There's just some very strange anti-pregnancy kind of thing going on. I'm not sure. Seemed like it to me, but and everyone's praising that the mom says oh, mommy's with the maggots now, and I just don't think these the writings that's that creepy. It felt like it was trying very hard to be creepy, and I just didn't feel like it was. Like, and this is the mom, and this is the sister who's pregnant, and I don't know. I just think that this movie's not very good. Um, I mean, it's not even that long, but I was kind of like, when does this movie end? See, the thing is, the original Evil Dead movies, Bruce Campbell, his character is likable. You actually like the guy. He's funny. He can be charming. He's a good character. Everyone else, not great characters really, but I mean, he's the star, so he's likable, and he's funny. Like it's like movies now just forget that they have to have characters you care about. So I mean, like, it's just like there's a scene where like the daughter is like eating glass, and I'm just like, why do I care? I don't care about you. You're not a good character. You're not likable. There's just some really stupid things too. Like, I mean, I know she's a little girl, but like the little girl's looking out the door, and the mom's outside the door, and she's like, "Open the door," and it's like she's like, I'm okay now, and Dad's here too," and it's like the dad is not never there, and you never see him, and the lady's obviously like a possessed psycho, but like the little girl like opens the door, but there's a chain on it, so she's just strangling her, but they save her, but it's just like, come on. She literally just like tried like was killing like, all of you. So I don't know. Not very good. Um all of the humor, like that's also I heard a lot of people saying that this movie has the humor of the first three, of especially two and three have it, and I was just like, I don't see it at all. I mean, what? I mean, there's maybe some things that are funny, but I don't think they're trying to be funny. It's just like, because I just don't care about the characters at all. And then at the end, like, they all combine, and like multiple of them, and they combine into this weird creature that is walking with all their hands, and I'm like, why would they even do that? Why even combine? Just I mean, they're all just zombies anyways. Just have them be zombies and attack the people that are still alive. And also then the elevator doors are moving, but it's like the power's out. That's another thing that happens. The power that gets cut. But it's like, well, but how are the elevator doors moving? Like, I mean, that isn't that a massive plot hole? Like, isn't that isn't like is? I mean, I'm like pretty sure they would need power for that. And then of course the power gets back on when they're in the elevator, and this movie also like ripped off The Shining too, because the elevator's filled with blood, and then it slams onto the basement, and all the blood comes gushing out, and it's just like The Shining. I mean, come on. You're not only gonna have a remake or a reboot. I mean, to be fair, it opens in the woods, but the movie just takes place in a high rise. But they don't even do anything with the high rise, really. I mean, there's if you're gonna have the movie take place in a high rise, like do something with the high rise. But anyway, so it rips off Stanley Kubrick. You're ripping off The Shining at the end. And you're already ripping off the first three Evil Dead, obviously, and the reboot. I mean, I don't know. I think I enjoyed the like the remake more than this, but I haven't watched that in a while, so I don't know. Not great. Not like the worst movie I've ever seen or anything, but um. So yeah, and then of course there's a chainsaw, and then the sister gets the chainsaw and attacks her, and for some reason there's like a tree crusher thing in the movie, which oddly also was in Halloween Ends. So she's like she's almost killed like Michael Myers is in Halloween Ends, which is strange. So are they ripping that off? I don't think so. I think that that's just a weird coincidence. But anyways, and then so they kill the monster. The little girl and the sister survive. They leave, and then it's the next day, and then this is the character that's in the very beginning of the movie walks in with. I think she has a baby. Okay, no, wait, maybe I'm remembering that wrong. But anyways, then she gets possessed, and then I guess they go to the woods, and then she kills them all. So, anyways, not a great movie. I thought it was boring. I thought it was very predictable. It's just so easy to see what's going to happen in this movie. And anyways, check it out if you want. I didn't think it was very good, but like, comment, and subscribe.